Okay, and welcome back to the next part of the playthrough of Assassin's Creed Revelations as part of the 10 years of Assassin's Creed celebration.
Here is our great lion.
The Akshamla.
Right now! I've access to whoever brings him down! What caused his death? God save him. Know your man! I've got to get out of here! Foul beast! Stay away from me! This is probably a murderer! Die! Die!
Stoic protectors. Help the Steward cause. Catch these assassins.
Please!
Most entertaining.
Them street performers. Bring all of them. Only the height of fashion is on display in my shop. Why not stop and see what... Glad to be of service.
Stop it! What is wrong?
Nice moves.
Fresh-caught leeches. Who requires bleeding? I have saltpeter and sulfur dust to clear away those nasty earaches.
Cauldron.
Try my compress of coriander and lemon. renegades are dragged to their end on a gibbet. None shall know true peace.
Stop it! What is wrong with you?
Selamet
Rio, do you require medical assistance?
In the current situation,
Come, trust the skill.
Since I now have 30 of the Animus fragments, I'm going to be able to do all of Desmond's side missions, which are at Animus Island. There's actually 100 of those Animus shards in the entire game, but for the purposes of this playthrough, I'm only getting the 30 required to unlock all 5 of Desmond's memories.
Incredible. This must be the core of the Animus. No simulations, no environments. I can't even feel my own body. Everything's just raw data. So am I still me, or am I some kind of computer program? Home. I was born here. The farm. Yeah, they called it the farm. My parents, 2 dozen couples, some kids, a community. Hidden away. Small houses in the Black Hills. Right. The clear skies, wood smoke, wind, the stink of gasoline, generators running day and night. I remember. We lived simply, almost like nomads. So far from everything. Ready to pack up and go at the drop of a hat. If we were discovered. If they found us. farm. Wasn't much of one, was it? Not a proper farm. We grew some food. I don't remember any animals, though. Maybe a few dogs. The Assassins. I was born into it. I didn't choose. It was like a birthright. You are an assassin, they told me. What did that even mean? Ever since I was young, they never stopped saying it. You are an assassin. You are an assassin. And this is our creed.
Nothing is true.
What did that mean? A world without purpose?
Everything is permitted.
Everything is permitted?
They're looking for us, and they will not stop until every one of us is dead.
Yeah, I believed for a while. But I never understood. That's the trouble when you're born into something. Belief without understanding. Everyone was so serious. Scared, too. All that talk of assassins and Templars. The end of the world.
Live by the creed, Desmond. Empower yourself.
Every man has his limit, I guess. I can't remember when I stopped believing. When I stopped caring. God, it all sounded so stupid. I couldn't hear the word Templar without laughing. And assassin? Forget it. ancient war, they said. An endless struggle. But I never cared. Who knew it was possible to bore a kid with war stories? I guess I was lonely. Alone in a crowd. If I could have told them that, maybe they would have listened. If only I could go back. If I could tell them I'm sorry.
Memory sequence archived. Recalibrating Animus idle parameters.
The morning bell. God, I hated that. Ringing 5 days a week just before dawn. Up before the birds. Me and the other kids.
Come on, Desmond, get up. No lagging.
Exercise. Mandatory. A dip in the creek to get clean, then oats with butter and apple juice for breakfast. Ugh. must have walked a million miles before I was 10. But it was nice. I liked those days out in the hills. The hush, the open air, the deep dark of the forest. Crunch of boots on the dry ground.
Can you see Rapid City from here?
No, that's much further east.
is this war about? What are we fighting for? They never told me much. Just enough. They kept things shrouded. An air of secrecy. For my own good, they said. So we stayed hidden. Away in the Black Hills. If anyone ever knew who we were, or what we were doing, there'd be trouble.
They're everywhere, Desmond. They have their hands in everything. Politics, war, finance, high-tech, agriculture. People are asleep. And while they dream, Abstergo builds a nightmare.
Abstergo. The first time I saw that name, it was on the side of a bottle of ibuprofen. Mom laughed when I asked her about it. Can't get away, she said.
Well, we pick our battles, I guess. So many to choose from.
She told me the average American household contains 36 Abstergo-owned products at any given moment. If you tried to purge them from your life completely, it would be a full-time job. This was it. The global conspiracy Abstergo. Fingers in every pie. Governments, corporations, universities. Mom and Dad made it sound so scary. But it didn't feel scary. An enemy has to have a face, but all I could see was a bottle of painkillers. What scared me was the training. Sweat, tears, bloody lip every once in a while.
Focus, Desmond, focus.
How far were they going to push me?
Strength, speed, agility. No excuses.
Couldn't stand it. What was the point? For years and years, I thought some major catastrophe was on the horizon. I didn't know what to expect.
One day you'll understand. You'll see. All this unease will be worth something. I promise.
If they'd been more open with me. If they'd shown me things, taken me places, maybe it would have made more sense.
Memory sequence archived. Recalibrating Animus idle parameters.
I wanted out. I wanted my own life, to live my own way. "16 years old. Where was I going? No idea. Just away. That's it. That was the plan. Not much of one. never guessed what I was doing. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I just walked right out. Someone realized I was gone. They shouted. I started running.
Desmond! Desmond!
I just ran and ran and ran. All that training was finally worth something. God, it was so dark when I left. And the forest. Endless. I didn't dare take the roads.
Desmond? Where are you?
Mother. Calling out. Begging me to stay. But I wouldn't. I followed the hills down. Down until I hit a stream. I followed that to a river, and from the river to an old access road. For hours that day. The summer sun keeping me warm well into the evening. Found a clearing after dark. Fell asleep beneath the stars. Never had a quieter night. Not before or since. Walking. Too scared to hitch a ride. What the hell was I doing? Lost in the Badlands for a day. Felt like a week. Endless ocean of wrinkled earth. Can't believe a place could look so dead. I'm gonna die, aren't I? We're gonna die here. Finally met some girls from Illinois. So bubbly, so kind. One day drive to Omaha, another to Chicago. Then somewhere, someone said to me,
If you've got nothing, you go to New York. That way, if you leave with nothing, people don't ask why. And if you leave with something, you are one lucky son of a bitch.
that's where I went. New York City. Into skyscrapers and subways. Into filth and folly. Into the maddening crowds.
Memory sequence archived. Warning. Memory leak detected. Recalibrating Animus idle parameters.
Back to work when the sun goes down. Brooklyn JMZ into the city. Transferred Washington Square, down to the Triangle. Rising from below like the living dead. Into the sun, the light shocking my eyes. Walking those 10 minutes between the subway and the bar always felt so good. But that feeling never lasted. Some days the city's a vampire. It steals all your best moments. They come and go in seconds. Fade away. You end up remembering only the worst. Tending bar at Badweather. I just walked in and they handed me a shaker. Took me on for my ravishing looks. I think the owner had a little crush. My winning smile.
Hey, what's that drink you invented?
I laughed at my past, laughed at my family, joked about everything, even the end of the world.
Had it last time?
Shirley Templar?
Shirley Templar, what's in it?
The usual. I just had some gin.
Right on. Photos.
There was a big dream floating out there. And every night I saw people dreaming it. I don't know how they did it. It takes as much money to smile as to pay rent in this place. The more I missed my family, the more I hated myself for it. I told myself I wanted a new family. I wanted to start over.
Hey, Des, go to the after party? I'm a little out of it.
Lights, action, bass drum. Mind-numbing. 124 beats per. Twice the speed of a beating heart.
raised in a cult or something like that. You know, out west.
My parents were conspiracy freaks. They live off the grid, in the woods.
Seriously?
God, they all look so good. Girls in their skirts, batting eyes, beads of sweat. Everyone was so beautiful in those flashing lights.
You wanna dance?
I was a new man, born again. Alone, but alive. Trying to forget.
Come on.
Let go, Desmond. Just let it go. Forget it.
There's so many things that could have been. That might have actually worked if she did play the character, but only if the personality of the character remained true. Not like what happened in the second movie.
Memory sequence archived. Warning. Recursive idle state instability. Stack overflow imminent.
After 9 years of being away, my old bitterness was back. I was tired again. I didn't want to admit that moving forward might mean taking a step back. The shine of the city had faded. The freedom I felt was hollow without old friends, without family. And then they came for me. Abstergo. They had been looking for me. I couldn't believe it.
Mr. Miles?
Yeah? I spent half my life trying to forget everything my parents taught me. Everything I thought was a lie.
Desmond Miles?
Yeah, what's this about? And suddenly, I wanted it all back. All that training. All that time. But I couldn't. Those days, they were gone. Why are you doing this to me?
You have information we need, Mr. Miles.
Information? I'm a bartender, for Christ's sake.
We know who you are. What you are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play coy with me. There isn't time. You're an assassin. You've got something my employers want. Locked away in that head of yours.
Bastards!
Well, that's actually a good question. Because if you go by the video games, Umbrella's influence is, you know, like the business people in Raccoon City, the chief of police, probably politicians and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not sure about the wider world. I mean, they do have other headquarters in different countries, so it's probably the same in the other countries. But in the movies, they make it out that they're so advanced beyond humanity that they can create clones, that they can do all this sort of stuff. And Abstergo, they have their hands in every single facet of life, no matter what it is. Every industry, every form of technology, they've had a hand in creating. So they probably have more fingers in more pies than what Umbrella does. Like, they'd control all the television networks, they'd control all the radio stations, they'd control all the newspapers. That's how advanced this fictional company is.
In a few short months, my life changed forever. I know my easiest days are behind me, but I don't want them back. Not now.
Yeah, clones and all that sort of stuff.
My name is Desmond Miles, and I am an assassin. I am an assassin.
Okay, so they were all of the Desmond side missions, giving you a little bit of background information on what happened to him growing up and when he left the farm and when he got captured by Abstergo, and where the first game starts off.
Let it not be said that sublime Constantinia stood by and deserted her proud citizens in their household.
Enjoying the poem?
Who were these men he condemned to hell?
Political opponents. Men who wronged him. Alighieri's quill cuts deeply, no?
See, it is a subtle way to seek revenge.
Ezio, I plan to make a trip to Andrianople in a few weeks to visit a new printing press there.
That should be fun.
It is a 5 or 6 day ride from here, and I will need an escort.
Prego.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are a busy man.
Sophia, I would love to accompany you, but my time is running short.
That is true for all of us. Well, I can try to solve this last code now, but I need to run an errand before sundown. Can you wait a day?
What do you need?
It is silly, but a bouquet of fresh flowers. White tulips, specifically.
I can get you the flowers. Nessun problema.
Are you sure?
It will be a nice change of pace.
Bene. Meet me in the park east of Hagia Sophia, and we will trade. Flowers for information.
Absolutely, Desmond is sort of in this like white, bluish sort of place, and those side missions are sort of like, you know, white and all the different sort of like colours that they had there, and then this is obviously more vibrant.
on, huh, boys? Why don't we go? Hanımlar! Şunlara bakın! Ucuz ama iyi görünümlü. Kocalarınızı mutlu edin.
You look like a man with money to spend. What do you need, dostum?
Tulips. White, if you have them.
Ah, tulips. Forgive me, but I am fresh out. Something else, perhaps?
It is not my call, unfortunately.
All right, listen. I may know where to get fresh tulips. You wait here, and I will return. 1 hour, 2 at most.
I am not waiting an hour.
Now that was a sorry-looking whore. Won't be selling her goods for a while. Even for you, that was pretty rough. Say, you thirsty? Why don't we go inspect that now? More and more of this.
It's going to be bittersweet to be finished with the Ezio trilogy. Even though I play these every year, but
Why not try it, huh?
it's really a great trilogy within a series.
Try it, huh? A little bit.
I shake in anger, knowing they are free. Let us work with the steward. From the killers. Beat them.
He's a great character. You see him from birth, literally, in Assassin's Creed 2. And you feel like you've sort of followed him for all his life, really. It's why it's sort of been a bit harder for other assassin characters they've come up with to make an impression, because they have a new one each one. So the only real way to sort of get any strong connection with these other ones is to play the game more often. And that happened with me with Assassin's Creed 3 with Connor. I didn't hate him or anything the first time I played it, but now having played it probably 3 or 4 times since the first time, it's created like a stronger connection between myself and the character. So while Ezio is the best one, I also really like Connor as well. Then you've got Edward in Black Flag. And he's great.
I am such a... let me get out of your way.
don't know why I can't get any more of these flowers. What's going on? Oh, no wonder why. I don't know why I thought it was those other big flowers.
Sorry, forgot my voice.
What is this?
A gift. Sit. Che belli, grazie. I wanted to thank you for letting me play a small role in your adventure.
A small role is enough for this adventure, believe me.
You are a mystery, Ezio Auditore.
Mi dispiace. I do not mean to be.
It is fine. È affascinante.
Sembra squisito.
Why, thank you.
Any luck with the final code?
Ah, the code, see. I solved it many hours ago. You will get it soon enough.
Does something ail you, friend?
I'm sure such a sharp fellow has a little point for... Stop it! What is wrong with you?
Wow, he's got a sharp tailor.
Fortune smile on you always.
Carlson!
Mentally!
I can't lie. Carlson, what folly is this?
I behave like a rabid monkey.
Well, there's been no glitches like in Brotherhood with characters missing heads and faces but only having eyes and teeth. So it's been good that way, and no game freezes either. Yeah, so annoying. Just got there when it closed.
be shy. Come for... That's better for now. But prevention is the best cure.
They say he screams in his sleep, calling out for his father.
Abbas, what a miserable man.
It is not our place to judge.
It certainly is. If our master has gone mad, I would like to know.
Shh. Good evening.
Water.
Of course. Sit.
Many thanks. What brings you here, old man?
Pity Abbas. Do not mock him. He has lived as an orphan for most of his life, shaped by his family's legacy. He is desperate for power, because he is powerless.
He is our mentor. And unlike Al-Mualim or Altair, he never betrayed us.
Nonsense. Altair was no traitor. He was driven out. Unjustly. Is it you? I heard rumors, but I did not believe them.
I wonder if I might speak to Abbas myself. It's been a long time.
Impossible. Abbas uses rogue Fedayeen to keep us from the castle.
Fewer than half the fighters here are true assassins.
So, where do I begin?
With us.
You say these men are cruel. Has anyone raised his blade against an innocent?
Alas, yes. Brutality seems to be their sole joy.
Then they will die, for they have compromised the Order. But those who still live by the Creed must be spared.
You can trust in us.
About Abbas and his nightmares?
No. Altair.
What about it?
People say an old assassin saved the life of a merchant down in the valley. They say he fought with a hidden blade.
Rumors. I don't believe it.
True or not, say nothing to Abbas. He is sick with paranoia.
Someone should put...
is here. In the village? Send word to the castle, quickly. Assassins! To me!
Mentor, welcome. Shh. Do not want to get him killed.
There! Kill the traitors!
You are nothing without that artifact. Nothing! You pathetic miser. Stand down or die.
Follow me to the castle. And spill no blood if you can help it.
Death!
Altair. 2 decades have passed since we last saw you within these walls. We could use your wisdom. Now more than ever.
Kill him! Kill him now! What are you waiting for? You fools! He has bewitched you!
Our mentor has returned!
My respect, mentor.
For Abbas! I fight for you. For the Order.
Welcome
My
home.
blade!
Welcome back, mentor.
Betrayer!
Your presence honors me.
Always an honor.
Die!
Together, mentor. Together for victory, mentor.
Welcome back, mentor.
Tell your men to stand down.
No! I am defending Mashav! Would you not do the same?
You corrupted everything we stand for and lost everything we gained. All of it sacrificed on the altar of your own spite.
And you! You have wasted your life, staring into that apple, dreaming of your own glory.
That is true, Abbas. I learned many things from the apple. Of life and death. Of the past and the future. Let me show you.
I can never forgive you, Altair. The lies you told about my family, my father, the humiliation I suffered.
They were not lies, Abbas. I was 10 years old when your father came to see me. He was in tears, begging to be forgiven for betraying my family. Then he cut his own throat. I watched his life ebb away at my feet. I will never forget that image.
No!
But he was not a coward, Abbas. He reclaimed his honor.
I hope there is another life after this one. Then I will see him and know the truth of his final days. And when it is your time, we will find you. And then there will be no doubts.
An old man, and still he fought to hold our brotherhood together. I would have called him stubborn in my youth, but now I can only admire his courage. The assassins were his life, from beginning to end. He had no other.
So now there's only one more memory where we play as Altair left to do. But I'm just going to be going back to the main missions now because the last memory is tied into these main missions.
Concluded to mutual satisfaction.
I can perform most surgeries right here.
What have I done? Forgive me. Mercy.
Information regarding the activities of the...
Is he mad? Please, be careful, sir.
Watch out! This beast must be found, and the life...
Bearing arms here for
He must be completely insane.
Artisans transporting heavy materials!
I'd say mood.
Following the latest skirmish with Prince Selim, our glorious Sultan, sublime Bayezid. Has decided in his great wisdom to leave unimportant Edirne and return to the jewel of his empire.
That's not a legal move.
It is a European variation. Aroko.
It's interesting, but not exactly fair when you play by different rules than your opponent.
You may think differently when you are Sultan. Shall I take it back?
Suleiman, I know it has been hard on you watching your father and me quarrel over Bayezid's throne.
Grandfather has chosen you, and his word is Qanun. What is there to argue about?
Your father and I were close once, but his cruelty and ambition have made...
I have heard the rumors, Uncle.
Well, I have a meeting with the Vizier soon. Shall we continue another time?
Whenever you like. Ezio.
Tarek has been selling guns to a local miser, Manuel Paleologos.
Paleologos. That is a sad sound. The last Byzantine emperor was Constantine Paleologos. If his heir is arming a militia of some kind, this conflict will escalate.
Tarek knows where the rifles are headed. If I find him first, I can follow the weapons straight to the Byzantines.
He will be with his Janissaries in their barracks. So if you want to get close, you will have to be one yourself.
Not a problem.
Güzel. Get the information you need. Then kill him.
Are you sure? You told me Tarek and your father were close friends, Suleiman.
This is true, but such naked treason against my grandfather deserves death.
In Daisy.
I suppose I do should exercise more.
Note to all booksellers. Prince Ahmed seeks several rare volumes of Abbasid poetry. If you specialize in such poems, or know where they can procure.
There is a lesson. Do not pester big, scary, vicious people.
Another one.
Any witnesses?
You damn peasant saw this little accident occur. I want to know all about it now. God. You obviously people. Oh! Stop a moment! Run it, old fellow. What happened? Yes, somebody come forward and tell me what happened. Oh, stench. Mouths. Open. Disgusting. We're piling up. Leave.
Another one taken to civil cosmetic. Does it never end?
What happened here? Someone saw the fight, surely. Assassin! They're here! God! Time to go visit Maya. My patience is wearing thin. I will give you all I have.
Piling up. Leave.
God, you obviously crossed their own people.
Planetus. It isn't safe anywhere anymore. Such violence. We have truly provoked God's wrath. Planetus. It isn't safe anywhere anymore.
Courage.
Steady there! Damnation. What happened here? Terrible.
Oh, the stench. Mouths. Open. Dead. Life is short. May God shelter you in your next.
Only want the best. Sometimes the Grand Bazaar is disappointing. And... Oh.
Failing to attend several key negotiations.
Selim understands our plight. The Byzantines, the Mamluks, the Safavid. Only he has the courage to face these threats.
Haklısın. Selim is a warrior, like Osman and Mehmet.
So why has our Sultan chosen a cat over our lion?
A servant of our Sultan has fallen at the hands of a
Ahmed
criminal
shares the
and been
Sultan's calm
stripped of his
temperament.
garments.
They are
Be
too
on the
much alike,
lookout
I fear.
for any suspicious activity. Woe betide the murderer who took the life of a beloved janissary. This enemy of civilization must be found and brought to justice. If you see something, say something.
God strength to the Janissaries!
Shame! Go on, get out of here! Shame on you, Archatla! Peace there!
Is there some kind of trouble, Commander?
Get out of here, you annoying vermin!
Why does Arnold linger in the city? He knows he's not wanted.
He is like a moth, hovering around an open flame, waiting for his father to perish, so that he may step to the throne.
Did you hear he offered Tarek a sum of money in exchange for our loyalty?
God damn him!
Kardesh Larim! One of our own was found murdered and stripped of his garments not an hour ago. His body dumped like a mound of rubbish. Keep a close watch on these streets as you move about. Someone is planning to strike in our name. We must be ready.
Any news from the north?
Selim's forces have fallen back to Varna. Heavy losses, I'm told.
Olacak şey değil mi? I pray for a swift conclusion.
Yes, but in which direction?
I cannot say. My heart sides with our Sultan, but my head hopes for Selim.
Have you met Selim's young son, Shehzadeh Suleiman?
Not personally, but I have seen him. I know he is a remarkable boy.
Not a boy, but a capable young man with a magnificent mind.
Does he take after his father?
Belkay. Though I suspect he is another sort of man altogether.
What?
Not sure, to be honest, really. I mean, they have a much shorter time to get to the point, I suppose, and
is a good man and a kind
can be
Sultan.
more creative,
He
I
has
guess.
lost the fire that made him great.
No, he's still a fighter. Look at the army he has raised against Selim.
This is further evidence of his decline. To take up arms against his own son? Shameful.
Do not bend the truth to match the contours of your passion. It was Selim who attacked our Sultan.
Evet, but Selim did it so for the glory of the Empire, not himself. Sultan Bayezid is a good man, and a kind sultan, but he has lost the fire that made him great.
No, he's still a fighter. Look at the army he has raised.
Sultan Bayezid is a good man, and a kind sultan, but he has lost the fire that made him great.
No, he's still a fighter. Look at the army he has raised against Selim.
This is further evidence of his decline. To take up arms against his own son? Shameful.
Do not bend the truth to match the contours of your passion, Effendi. It was Selim who attacked our Sultan.
Evet, but Selim did so for the glory of the Empire, not himself.
We finished squeezing collecting the taxes from the merchants of the North Quarter yet. I seem to recall several were indisposed when we last did the round.
That swordsmith you're telling me about. No thanks. His prices are deadly. And his goods, not that great either. We cross so many dumb sobs on patrol these days. It's like everywhere you look, there's an idiot waiting. Hold! It's like everywhere you look, there's an idiot waiting to happen. Are we holding them for some reason?
No, not here.
How is your brother
He's
doing?
not in this group.
It must be hard losing a foot like that. I mean, it must be hard losing a foot by any means. but to such a disgusting, purulent infection. Oh, sorry. We finished squeezing collecting the taxes from the merchants of the North Pole.
More and more of these Sephardim.
Sorry-looking horse. Won't be selling her goods for a while. Run it all for you, that was pretty rough. What happened? Say, you saw somebody.
Come forward and tell me what happened.
No, he's not here.
You would not hide here, by chance?
If you have any information...
You won't get away!
Ivan! Give it! Wake up!
Any news from the north?
Selim's forces have fallen back to Varna. Heavy losses, I'm told.
Olacak şey değil mi? I pray for a swift conclusion.
Yes, but in which direction?
I cannot say. My heart sides with our Sultan, but my head hopes for Selim.
You want this might well be in this spot.
Faster! Run faster!
A likely spot.
Sultan Bayezid is a good man, and a kind sultan, but he has lost the fire that made him great.
No, he's still a fighter.
You will regret
Sultan Bayezid is a good man, and a kind sultan, but he has lost the fire that made him great.
No, he's still a fighter. Look at the army he has raised against Selim.
This is further evidence of his decline. To take up arms against his own son? Shameful.
Do not bend the truth to match the contours of his passions. It was Selim who attacked our Sultan.
Evet, but Selim did it so for the glory of the Empire, not himself.
Tariq, a message for you.
Auriculade. The rifles have arrived in Cappadocia, where Manuel has garrisoned his army.
And our men, are they still with him?
Evet. They will contact us when the Byzantines decamp. Then we will meet them when they reach Bursa.
Everything is falling into place, Effendim.
Evet. For once.
We cross so many dumb sobs on patrol these days. It's like everywhere you look, there's an idiot waiting to happen. Are we importing them for some reason?
Hey! Stop for the guard!
What the captain said. He matches the description. That man. Seems familiar.
Effendi!
Now that was a sorry-looking whore. Won't be selling her goods for a while. Even for you, that was pretty rough. Say, you thirsty? Why don't you go inspect that Venetian bar?
What a bitter irony. Is this the result of Suleiman's investigation?
You collude with the Sultan's enemies. What did you expect would come of such treachery?
I blame myself. Not for treason, but hubris. I was preparing an ambush. Preparing to strike the Byzantine Templars where they felt safest.
What proof do you have of this?
See, here. This will lead you to the Byzantines in Cappadocia. Destroy them if you can.
You have done well, Tariq. Forgive me.
Protect my homeland, assassin. Allah Ashkina. Redeem the honor we have lost in this fight.
Murderer! Kill him!
I am getting tired of this uniform.
Where is he? Those quick feet will be the first of many things you lose.
Why the hood?
Now, come on then. I enjoy this. Good job. Now.
Keep my head down and run! Innocent! I'm innocent! Not at all! I'm not part of it! Innocent! I'm innocent! Not involved!
Carrington! Please, God!
Glory to the Sultan's I don't want to die!
Another Edney.
Right here with you.
No! I don't want to die!
Now!
I want no part of this. You hail from.
Glory to the Sultan! Don't jump! Keep my head down and run!
Out of here.
Oh, you bitch!
nothing!
Glory
Now,
to the
finish him.
Sultan's trumpets!
Mercy! Mercy! I have done nothing! Please, God, let me live. Please, God, let me live. Mercy! I have done nothing!
Glory to the Sultan's trumpets!
You will regret it. Right now!
I'm not part of it!
Got to get out now! I'm done it! I'm getting out of here! My uncle.
Do not kill me, please!
He will not outrun us! Madness!
I have nothing to do with
Have to
it!
get back home!
God, if you spare me, I will sacrifice
God
two
has
of us!
abandoned you, assassin! Stay there! Involved! Please, ignore me! Time to leave. Mercy! Mercy! No! I have done nothing! God, please help me now! I'm done! I'm getting out of here!
Aman, do not kill me, please!
Time to go visit my uncle.
Do not kill me, please!
I'm only visiting!
Run! Keep my head down and run! I'm not part of this!
Die for that!
I'm not part of this! Help!
I'm Larned! I'm Larned! Time to leave!
Please, run! Keep my head down and
I'm
run!
Larned! I'm getting out of here! Time to go visit my uncle.
Please, God! If you spare me, I will sacrifice two
Time
gods!
to go visit my uncle.
Innocent! I'm innocent! Not involved!
On it, Olsen! Shit! Alright, you win!
Yeah, I can imagine it would look better. Finally, got past those assholes.
Sadaka.
If you need aid... I have done what I can. Try not to reopen.
We are actually...
I can perform most surgeries right here. On site.
Oymalarda savaş sahneleri.
take the lead.
Haven't I seen you before?
Buy me little time.
How can we help?
After you.
I know him. I'm sure of it. You! Stop a moment! Hey, do I know you? Get him! Hurry! I'm losing him!
That wouldn't happen to me.
Well, what is he up to?
No one is allowed up here. Leave.
Hey! Stop for the guard!
What the captain said. Sephardim on the street. Soon they will outnumber us.
Into that one.
And again, they are
Haven't I
probably
seen you
more useful to the Empire than we are.
You there!
What are you up to?
Have we finished squeezing
Stop.
I
I need to
mean,
talk to you.
collecting the taxes from the merchants of the North Pole?
Out for a little walk?
How long do you call?
All right.
Come on, Jules. Come here.
Hold tight.
Tarek was not traitor, Suleiman. He too was tracking the Byzantines.
What? So did you...
I am sorry.
God forgive me. Should not have been so quick to judge.
He was loyal to your grandfather to the end. And through his efforts, we have the means to save your city.
Tariq, you should not have been so secretive. What a terrible way to do a good thing.
The weapons were taken to Cappadocia. Can you get me there?
Yes, of course. I will arrange a ship to take you.
Suleiman! Suleiman! I've been set up and made to look a traitor. Do you remember Tarek, the Janissary?
The man you quarreled with?
He's been murdered. It is no secret that he and I were at odds. Now the Janissaries will accuse me of this crime.
This is terrible news, Uncle.
When word gets back to my father, he will banish me from the city. Ah, forgive me, nephew. I was not aware that you had a guest.
This is Marcello, one of my European advisors in Cafe.
Buonasera. Marcello, my nephew and I have a private matter to discuss.
As I said, there will be a ship waiting for you when you wish to leave.
Grazie, mio principe.
We will track down the perpetrator of this crime, Uncle. Have patience.
Why the hood? What is it? On his tail! Amande! I've lost sight of him.
It will not happen again, Effendi.
What happened with that Italian whore, Remy?
Sayun Auditore! Word around the city is you're leaving us.
It's nothing I do a secret.
Not to worry, brother. The captain of your ship is a friend, but neither of you are going anywhere just yet. The Janissaries have raised the chain across the mouth of the Halich and ordered a full blockade until you are caught.
They raised the chain for me.
We will celebrate later. Here, I have something for you. Careful. This has 50 times the kick of our usual bombs.
Bene, I know what to do.
The suspense is palpable.
Yusuf, wait. Un favore.
Yes?
There is a woman running a bookshop at the old Polo trading post. Sophia. Look out for her. She is a remarkable lady.
You have my word.
Gather your men. This will attract some attention.
by the hood. Unsure. Might well be it. After him! Hurry! Hurry!
Those ships are armed! They're waiting to stop your boat! You take care of them! We will...
Tüm işi yanlış yaptın ahmak. Baştan başla.
Don't let him reach the ship!
Yes! Yes, you swine! I get you! I've got you!
Yours is not a subtle approach.
See. Sorry for the delay.
You know something, don't you? You know what's out there.
I have a hunch, yes?
Come on, Bill. You never do anything halfway. What do you think we'll find?
If we're lucky, another prize. If we're very lucky, something that'll end this miserable war.
You're talking over my head, mate.
Listen, Sean, I have no idea what we're going to find. But I do know that whatever it is, the Templars can't have it.
Do you regret anything, Desmond?
Like what?
Running away? Leaving your parents behind, finding a shit job, and pretending to be productive? What's it like spending your whole life avoiding hard decisions?
Come on.
Sure, you're an assassin, but it wasn't your choice.
Do you have a point?
I want to know if you regret anything.
Sure. I wish I'd been more patient with my parents. I wish I'd listened. And Lucy. Maybe things could have been different if I'm not sure.
Thank you.
For what?
For making sense.
I have left Constantinople and set sail for the interior of Anatolia, to a region called Cappadocia, where Manuel is training his soldiers. If I am lucky, I will not be alone, for there may be Ottoman spies in the area waiting to strike. But, as ever, I put stock only in myself, and hold the memory of dear Sophia close to my heart. Claudia, you would laugh to hear the racing thoughts of your brother now. I have come to admire Sophia with more affection than I thought possible. After the death of Christina, something withered in me. But that feeling, that capacity for love, has returned. I adore Sophia, but dare not drag her into this life of mine. Not without fear of hurting her, or driving her away. Evidence of an army here, and no signs of Tariq's men.
Okay, so I'm going to end the stream here. This will be the end of part of the playthrough for Assassin's Creed Revelations. The next time I stream this game, I'll be finishing it completely, and then there'll be 3 parts. So I want to thank everyone who's been watching. Thank you for joining in. Anyone watching this back later, and I'll see you in the next.